Hey guys, we're going to take a look at covalent formulas today. So we're going to practice writing the formulas to names and the names to formulas. So in order to go names to formulas, we have prefixes used with covalent bonds. They're the ones that are the nonmetals bonding to other nonmetals. The only time that we don't have a prefix is if the first element only has one atom. Pay attention to the name given to help you determine the chemical formula. Write the symbol for the first element, followed by the number of atoms, which is told to us by the prefix. Then write the symbol of the second element, followed by the number of atoms, also determined by the second prefix. So this is relatively simple. This is the easiest one that we're going to do. Easy. You have to look at the first chemical, and when we look at the first chemical, we see that it's iodine. Iodine has a symbol of I. Since there is no prefix, we know that there is only one iodine. And then the second word is heptafluoride. Fluoride has a symbol of F, and hepta is the prefix for 7. So our final answer here is iodine. Heptafluoride is IF7. So if we go down to the next one, sulfur dioxide, we look down at the next one. Sulfur with no prefix. The symbol for sulfur is S. So we put an S there. With no prefix, we know that there's only one present, so we do not need a little number. Dioxide. Oxygen is that element, so we have an O. Di tells us that there are two of them. So sulfur dioxide is SO2. The last one, dinitrogen pentaoxide. Nitrogen is the base for the first element, which is a capital N. Di tells us that there are two present. Pentaoxide, oxide is O, and penta tells us that there are 5. So dinitrogen pentaoxide has the chemical formula of N2O5. If we want to go from formulas to the names, again, really easy. First base word does not change, it stays the same. Second base word gets the ending of an IDE. Both of them get a prefix unless the first only has one. So in class, I told you as a reminder, you do not want to forget that you might need a prefix. So the first element, nitrogen, the word does not change, so we're going to write down nitrogen. And then I'm going to put a line out front to remind me that I'm going to possibly need a prefix. The second word is hydrogen, which changes to hydride. Line out front to remind me I'll need a prefix. And hydride. Now let's look at the chemical formula. N, there is no number, so that's like a 1. The first word does not need a prefix. H3 means that we need the prefix of tri. So our name for NH3 is nitrogen trihydride. Here are a few more examples. Nitrogen and oxygen, we have N2O4. So we have nitrogen, the base word stays the same, prefix out front. Oxygen, the word changes to oxide, the ending gets the IDE, line out front. 2 nitrogens means we have a prefix of di. 4 oxygens means we have a prefix of tetra. So N2O4 is dinitrogen tetraoxide. CO2, first word stays the same. Carbon remains as carbon. Line out front. Second word oxygen becomes oxide. Line out front. There is only one, so we do not need a prefix. There are 2 oxygens, so we need a prefix of di. Last example we're going to look at, P2O3, phosphorus and oxygen. The first word does not change. Phosphorus with a line out front. Second word, oxygen, the ending changes to IDE. So phosphorus has the number 2 next to it. so that gets the prefix of di. Oxygen has the number 3 next to it. That gets the prefix of tri. So P2O3 is diphosphorus trioxide. And that's all we have for today. Thanks, guys.